Hey you guys, how you doing? Today we have a special guest on. Um, Really good guy that I've known for a while now, Dale, Darth Shank. He will be on today, talking to us about explosions during photography. You dying, man? All right, hang on, Darth. Don't let me. For some reason, it seems like the voices actually work this way. Then, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Oh, perfect. See, it worked perfectly. I'm telling you, this live feed thing, it's a monster. Like trying to figure out like what's what and what's going on. It's crazy. If somebody calls in during the show, I won't be able to hear you no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's some bug they have on the Instagram. And then also we found out if like you request to come into the video, it won't let your sound go. But if I pull you in, it will. It's weird. Real weird.
Right.
So, we have you on today. We wanted to talk to you about explosions, one of your specialties that you do, Dale. And also, we wanted to talk about the page that you and the other guy run right now. I'm trying to think.
Jeremy. Actually,
Bay that shit, right?
Yeah. Actually,
Michael Bay that shit.
yeah.
Yes.
Michael Bay, that's
So we want to talk a little bit about that, and also talk about like your start in photography, how you got started, and where you plan on going with it.
Right on. Right on. So, where do you want to start with?
Let's start with the beginning when you started photography and what kind of led you into toy photography.
Shit. Well, honestly, I'm sorry. I'll try to keep the language to a minimum.
It's all right.
I mean, honestly, I just started collecting toys and decided, like I was going to school for photography and decided I had nothing else to take pictures of, so I got these toys laying around, and then I started taking pictures of them, and then I realized that there was a huge movement going on and online, and one thing led to another.
Right. So you actually thought of the idea kind of yourself, but didn't even realize other people were getting the same ideas. It's not like you popped up on it on the internet or anything like that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think maybe I had seen something online, but I mean, I'd been doing stop motion like when I was in like 8th grade and stuff, and then so like that kind of was always, toys were always kind of a thing for me, I guess you could say.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't really know about it until I started actually taking pictures. I didn't really know what like you could do with toys until I started seeing people on here. Oh,
right.
What's up, man?
Hey, so let's move into your page now that you're running with Action Figure. Isn't it Action Figure Friday? I believe, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let's hear a little bit about that. And nice shades. Very nice.
You can't really see anything, but
I'm trying. Oh, okay. I see. You kept on moving. Oh, that is nice. That's That's awesome.
No, that's just no, just see, I feel like any picture is made better with an explosion. So look at any Michael Bay movie, clearly better just because of explosions. Can I turn this around? So I've got so okay. So you see this? Here's a picture. It's a normal picture. So much better. Just add an explosion. Bam! You're good to go. No, Harold Edgerton, he kind of knew what he was doing. He was just missing a stormtrooper. Normal Mark Wahlberg. Now it's good. This one needs a little bit of work. Now it's perfect.
There you go.
And all you need is an explosion.
Yeah, hey, I think you're onto something here. I definitely think you're onto something. So basically, your page, Michael Bay, that shit. Basically, what it is it's for outdoor photography, mostly with the explosions. I guess guys can do it indoor too, right? I mean, maybe
Yeah,
not use
you
big
know,
stuff.
you're willing to light shit on us, and no, I've done stuff indoors. I don't recommend it. You get a lot of smoke, and smells for a while, but.
Well, can you show us what you got for us today? I know I tried to pick some of your art in your video that showed some of the explosions that you had setting off, and maybe some people don't even think, because it's like some of these explosions are pretty close. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like it almost got the figure in some of these.
No,
So,
I've cracked lens lens filters. Ones that have lifetime warranties. Took it back to the place, and they didn't believe me that I cracked it, and they asked me how. I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, like, it's you got some stuff up with
right, right, right. So, what do you got to show us today, Dale?
it. What do you mean?
Do you have anything to show us explosion-wise?
I mean, not right now, just because I'm right where I'm at right now. I can't really light stuff off, but I mean, if you want, I think I've got like what I use for them someplace. Usually,
Yeah, if they could see what it is.
crackling balls.
The what?
Crackling balls. You can get them.
Yes.
I mean, depends on your state you're living. It might be illegal, but if you don't get caught, it's not illegal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different kinds. That's what most people use. Pretty much anything with the name crackling in it is gonna give you a good effect. For as far as like camera settings, I think that's like the key to it. You gotta keep it somewhat. Oh, there's Jeremy.
There he is.
Yeah, he's on now. So, I mean, the key is clearly. Oh fuck. You want to start everyone off shotgunning an RC Cola. So.
There you go.
Oh, don't do that.
No, not.
That was horrible.
I bet.
It doesn't seem like a good idea.
Today I don't know. Like, I stopped at this place to get a soda, and I got it, and I put ice in it, and within like 3 minutes, it stopped tasting like soda. I'm not sure what was wrong with it, but it was nasty. It was so nasty. Like, all the bubbles, everything went away. Just the taste and everything. So there's something in the ice, maybe.
I got a shotgun it,
Right. So, okay, I guess when you're taking these photos of the explosions, it almost has to be like a shutter shot. Like, you have to turn on. Now, I'm not a camera guy, but isn't there like a shutter speed or something like that, Dale?
Well, yeah. You definitely want to keep it like around 1,000, 1/1000th of a second ish. You don't want to go too fast. A little bit of light in, but you want to capture capture it fast, or else you'll get streaks and stuff. But I mean, there's so many different ways to do explosions. It's kind of hard to pick one. I've done them with long exposures, where you just leave the shutter open, and then you can take fire and just burn stuff, and it'll come up. I don't know. I don't even have my camera here. Yeah, I'm kind of unprepared for this.
It's all right.
I played stuff, and I ended up not doing it. But yeah, I mean, camera settings are the biggest thing. And I honestly, when people ask me, I just tell them to check out YouTube, because they're gonna be able to tell you better than I can, and it's free. And but yeah, shooting manual is definitely the most important thing. But yeah, I mean, that's my signature move, man. You know that. Shit, what was I doing?
So let's go to like smoke bombs. I saw some of them used in your work too. Some of them, I'm not sure they were actually smoke, or maybe it was like almost a smoke created by like a cigarette type deal. But like,
Yeah, a
You
lot
know
of
what I'm talking about with coming up in the back?
I've used smoke bombs. I've used like vaporizers or whatever. I don't recommend using ones with nicotine in it because you do 6 or 7 takes and you get pretty fucked up. But I mean, same deal with that. I mean, you can do smoke with a slower shutter speed. If you throw a flash on there, it'll kind of capture it. Yeah, I don't know.
Now, is that the same with like? I know some of your smoke. It's very vibrant. You know, it's very. I think like I saw one that was like a purple that you used, and you just brought the color out in the smoke, and it just looked amazing. Was that editing or was that lighting or how did you
Probably
pull
a
that
little
off?
bit of both. I try not to do too much editing, but I mean, a lot of it's the lighting, like catching the light in the right angle, the right intensity, and stuff like that.
Would
But
it be at the same time you take a regular shot? I know we've been talking to some outdoor photographers in the last couple of weeks, and they always talked about this certain time the sun was so high that was the perfect time to get the shot. Is there any difference with that, Dale, when it comes to using the effects? I mean, or even like when you do it at night. I mean, is the effects bright enough that it will give you enough lighting for that, or do you have to add?
I mean, the every effects. I mean, different times of day are gonna be better for different things. So you usually don't want like direct sunlight on anything. Obviously, right before sunset's always the best time because you have less intense light, better light angles, stuff like that. But uh, for
I
like
think
for explosions especially, I feel like you want somewhat low light so you can see the explosion itself. Because if the light's like beating right on it, you're not gonna see any of the sparks or anything. So
right.
that's kind of where it gets weird with the whole like settings and stuff on your camera. But
So it'd be almost like a more trial and error sort of deal
totally,
to
yeah,
get that
nobody
stuff.
is awesome right off the bat. Like you don't learn special or practical effects in a day. It takes 2 or 3 days.
Right.
No, but
How about
no, it's I don't know. Yeah, a lot of trial and error. I mean, nobody's good off the bat.
your blood splatter effects? Now I've seen where do you get smoke bombs? You can get them at any place that sells them in America or probably overseas. Any
For
place that sells
what?
fireworks, you should be all right. They're asking where they could get smoke bombs
Smoke
from.
guns. I mean, fireworks stores. I mean, pretty much. Like I'm in Illinois right now, and I think we got to go to like Indiana to get anything good. But and like when I was in New York, I had to go to Pennsylvania. But yeah, I mean, you can't order them online as far as I know because pretty sure that's illegal. But
You know what? I think I saw them on sale on
yeah, you live
Wish.
in Pennsylvania, right?
Huh?
You live in Pennsylvania, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually opened it wide open for us now. We can get absolutely anything we want at this point in time. You don't need a license to sell fireworks or anything anymore.
Eh,
So like just like the past couple months here or I guess maybe the last month, everybody's setting off fireworks all the time. It's like 4th of July around here all the time now. I think can you buy smoke bombs online? I honestly, Darth, I think you can get them from Wish, but that's an overseas company, so maybe that's why you can get them.
the smoke bombs might be okay. I
Yeah.
feel like echoing balls and stuff. I don't think you can get online, but who knows? I might
Right.
be wrong. I don't know.
So, okay, the blood effects. I think that's what I saw guys make them with like wax. I guess. I think it was red.
Okay, yeah.
Red. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Um,
No, I do all mine with fake blood and just shoot it out of a syringe and catch it at a high shutter speed, like usually like 1/2000th of a second, so you don't get any what's it called motion blur.
You know, that kind of brings me to a question. You know, with you introducing different things into the photograph that you have to hit with different shutter speeds, have you ever had a time where you found it hard to combine any of these effects? You know, like I think you just named a certain time or shutter speed for blood effects, and I believe you just mentioned another one for the firework effects. So, have you had any experience with that?
Wait, say that again? You right up towards the end.
Okay, sorry. I kind of went in depth a little bit. Okay, so you were talking about the blood effects a certain shutter speed, and then you were also talking about the fireworks at a certain shutter speed. Is there a way to combine those effects that the shutter speed still works? I mean, do you hit midway with that then?
Yeah, you could probably find. I mean, like if you're at like 1/1000th of a second, you're not going to get a ton of motion blur on the blood. So I mean, you could probably. I mean, it's going to be tough. I've done it before. I don't know if it necessarily came out good, but you know, I did it.
Right, right. Okay. Well, is there anything you're working on recently here that
I mean,
you have
I
anything?
honestly haven't done toy photography in forever, but I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some. I'm gonna send you a figure.
Huh?
I want to send you a figure so you can get back at it. Okay.
Well, no, I mean, I have a couple of figures that I need to go shoot, and like I've just moved to Chicago, like 3 weeks ago, so it's been kind of like moving in, getting settled and stuff. So it's like I'm gonna get out there eventually. I got to find a place to light fireworks up because I can't do it at my house because there's neighbors.
Is it legal now? Where you're at now, is it legal?
No,
fireworks.
No.
But and the other place you were living in, it wasn't either.
Huh?
The other place you were living at wasn't either.
Well, when I was in New York, I could. I don't know if it was necessarily legal, but I was far enough out in the country where I could do it. But I know in Austin, when I was living in Austin, Texas, it was not legal, but I just did it anyway. But I mean, I don't know. I'll figure something out. I got to get back out there. I've just been out there. Stuff. I've been doing a lot of like food photography for restaurants and stuff, and
I think cosplayers too.
Huh?
Cosplayers?
Yeah.
Were you taking some pictures of them? Yeah, I saw them. They turned out very nice, very very nice. Now I'm not going to get him arrested. He'll get himself arrested if he gets arrested. She's asking if I'm going to get you arrested, trying to set you up. Here, Beauty and Beast Custom, the co-host here, she's asking what camera you use.
Oh, I use a Nikon D750. Let's see, I got it. Right here. Usually I have my macro lens on it. This is my 50 millimeter. But yeah, it's getting kind of beat up. I've used it way too much. It's starting to slow down and stuff. I probably need to get another one eventually. Oh shit. Yeah.
Is that your recommendation for somebody that would want to start out doing this kind of photography with the explosions and different stuff? What should they start with?
Probably D3300 or a Canon Rebel. It would be my suggestion, because that's like I think just the body's like 1500 for that, whereas you can get like a D3300 for like maybe I'm probably wrong, but like I think $300.
Okay, yeah, so it's cheap and affordable, and yet can get the job done.
They'll do the same thing. Like you put them on manual, they can do the same stuff. It's just like the sensor is going to be a little different and stuff. But right. So, trying to think of any more questions we have for you. Oh, how about this? How about when you're setting off the fireworks? Are you using regular fuses, or do you extend the fuses at all to be able to get your whole setup done and be able to take shots at the same time? I usually use a remote so I can be away from my camera, light the fuse, back away. I mean, sometimes you get a little burnt because you're a little too close, but you know, shit happens.
That's great. All right, well, guys, look, we have Dale Darshank with us today. If you guys have any other questions, please ask them now. We appreciate Dale being on, and also make sure you follow his page, Michael Bay That Shit. You want to see some very cool explosions in toy photography, you got to do it. And I think you're selling your sunglasses for how much?
Oh, if anyone's asking questions, I can't even read them anyway.
How many fireworks do you light at once?
Usually it's one at a time. I mean, you know, sometimes you get crazy at 2 or 3, but I mean, I've seen Everything Kylo. I think he lights multiple ones at a time. He's done some crazy stuff with fireworks. He's honestly probably better than I am. But he's actually his next stop, Michael. He just won our Michael Bay That Shit competition. He's
awesome. It just reminds me of like the Macho Man or something, you know, with the print across the glasses.
I think it's the entire time. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So I'm trying to think of what else we could ask you, Dale. Do you have any tips or anything for people that you might give that are just starting out?
Just fucking shoot, like, all the time. Like, don't, like, I don't know. Whenever I take a day or 2 off, that's when I, like, start slacking. Like, if you do it every day, you will get better. Like, that's just how it works. Like, if you do something every day, you're going to get better at it. So, like, if you want to get good at it, just do it every day. Right. That's about the best advice I could give everybody, because eventually you're going to figure it out. I feel like photography specifically, like, you just got to get out there and do it.
Right. All right, man. Well, if that is all the questions, I think, how do you do that? How do you do what? Oh, the fire in the background. Fire in the background?
Wait.
How do you do it?
That was usually when I have fire in the background, those are long exposures, probably like 30-second exposures, where I just take newspaper and some sort of aerosol can and spray it across the background, and then within 30 seconds it makes all the fire. But kind of a weird way to do it. I'm probably one of the only people that do it that way, and it's probably not the right way to do it, but it's how I do it.
Do you use diodes very often?
Not really. I used to have a straight dio my buddy made, and I don't have that anymore. I was supposed to get another dio a while ago and never got it, and that's a whole different story. But no, I mean, I'd like to get back into them. I've been meaning to build my own street dio. It just hasn't happened. But
all right. Well, that looks like most of the questions for now. Tomorrow, we actually have Sarah going on live by herself for the first time, and she will be talking to one of her friends, Big Ninja Turtle Collector, bringing him on to talk to him. Like I said, make sure you check out Darth Shank, has great photography in it, and then join them also on their page, Michael Bay That Shit. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dale. I appreciate you being on, man. And we'll have you on again sometime if you want to come on. And we'll go that way, all right?
All right, man.
All right, bro. Thanks.
Take it easy.
All right, bye.